Hi, my name is KRONK, author of the book Dreams and Visions, Muslims' Miraculous Journey to Jesus. For nearly 1400 years, the West has had difficulty understanding and interacting with Islam. The history of relations between the two is not good and marked throughout by conflicts and wars, crusades, colonialism, and even terrorism. It's easy enough to point the finger at rulers and politicians who are motivated by nationalistic fervor or convinced of their own cultural superiority. But in fact, the church has not fared much better. Church attitudes towards Muslims from the Middle Ages and on into the modern era range from indifference to outright antagonism. This has often simply fueled political aspirations. Which of course begs the question, where has been the gospel in all of this? Despite mainstream indifference or outright antagonism towards the church's efforts towards Muslims, a few courageous individuals made efforts to understand and take the good news of Jesus Christ to those under Islam, though with little results. The theological and cultural armor of Islam seemed all but impervious to the gospel. Almost, that is, but not quite. From the days of Muhammad, God has been at work speaking truth that penetrates hard hearts and gives sight to blind eyes. He's been doing so using the vehicle of dreams and visions. Fortunately for us, the Bible serves as a handbook of sorts, providing all sorts of stories of men and women, both inside and outside the faith, who receive clear warning, timely instruction, or a word of encouragement from God Himself through dream or vision. Men and women like Daniel and Abraham and Joseph and Mary. In some instances, these divine encounters led to conversion and regeneration, as in the case of Saul and Cornelius. The prophet Joel makes clear God's intent to make use of this vehicle and brings it forward into our time when he says this: "Afterward I'll pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your old men will dream dreams, your young men will see visions." Interestingly enough, if Peter could make use of this passage to defend the disciples on the day of Pentecost, how much more can we appropriate this message for today? In this same way, God is breaking down barriers and going where missionaries and Bibles and even media cannot go, in order to help men and women understand their need for a Savior, and not just any Savior, but the one and only, Jesus Christ. My book, Dreams and Visions, Muslims' Miraculous Journey to Jesus, provides real-life testimony of men and women from all walks of life who encountered Jesus through a dream or vision. Men and women who, like Saul on the road to Damascus, have had their lives changed forever. Further, unlike other works dealing with this material, in addition to retelling these astounding stories of divine encounter, my book leads the reader through the historical, the cultural, biblical, and missiological landscape in which these dreams and visions operate. Finally, I close the book with a call to the church in the West to consider anew the miraculous things of God, and I invite each one of us to lay aside our fear and become active participants in what God is doing among our Muslim friends, colleagues, and neighbors. Thank you.